Our next guest agrees. Congress should pass an authorization use of military force. He just thinks he has a better plan than the president to do it. And joining us right now across the way, Illinois Congressman Adam Kinzinger. He's also a war veteran. Congressman, and who's actually still active, right? You're in the reserves.
Yeah, I had a check ride yesterday and I passed it, so I can still fly.
Well, and you look ready to go.
Yeah.
But you got this job right now. So what do you think about the president's challenge?
Well, great. I mean, first off, I thought it was a very missed opportunity, but that doesn't surprise me anymore. It was weird. He was kind of standing. It didn't seem to have the same impact. But on the AUMF, the authorization for the use of military force, I agree. In February, he sent us one, but it limited himself as a 3-year operation, and we will not have enduring offensive operations, which nobody knows what that means. Basically, it means no ground troops. So what you would do is pass this authorization for the use of military force and hamstring the next president who wants to come in and actually destroy ISIS.
Why would any commander-in-chief want that?
They wouldn't.
Is it tying the
Because
hands
he wants to make Congress culpable in his failed strategy in ISIS. So, you know, our job is to declare war, to give him the authorization to take out ISIS. That's what my AUMF does. It strips his restrictions from his own AUMF he sent Congress and says, do what you need to do to destroy him.
Because the restrictions won't enable our own military to do what they can do best, correct?
And when you restrict from ground troops, what you're saying is the existence of ISIS is terrible, unless destroying ISIS takes ground troops, in which the existence of ground troops is worse than the existence of ISIS. You can't do that.
Congressman, here is the president talking about how we don't want another protracted event like we had in Iraq. Listen to this.
Let me now say a word about what we should not do. We should not be drawn once more into a long and costly ground war in Iraq or Syria. That's what groups like ISIL want. They know they can't defeat us on the battlefield. ISIL fighters were part of the insurgency that we faced in Iraq. But they also know that if we occupy foreign lands, they can maintain insurgencies for years, killing thousands of our troops, draining our resources, and using our presence to draw new recruits.
He continues to say that's the only alternative to what he's doing. Okay, you either bomb or we're going to be in that country for 10 years.
Yeah.
That's not true, is
No,
it?
it's not at all. And in fact, look, I mean, our Marines, our Army, our special operations are very good at killing these people. We need to take out Raqqa. We need to take out their headquarters. There's
How long
ways
would that
to do
take,
it.
realistically?
You know, I mean, it depends. It may take a month. It may take a week. It may take a little longer.
Could it take a year?
Process. It could potentially take a year.
Would it take 10
slowly,
years?
it would not take 10 years. Absolutely not. But at the end of the day, the president, I get it. He's against the Iraq war. He continually reminds people that, you know, we're not going to do what we did 8 years ago or 10 years ago. We're not going to do it. I get it. But how about you stand up in front of the American people and say, here is no troops. Here is World War II style of troops. Somewhere along this spectrum is what's necessary to destroy ISIS, and that's the power I'm going to employ.
All right. The problem is with the president's strategy is that it goes against what we always thought. You have to make sure that Al-Qaeda/ISIS never has a base of operations. By allowing us to pretend as if they're contained, they were allowing them to spread through 3 cities in Iraq. Now they have a base in Libya. And now they have a base in Yemen. And they took 2 major cities.
Attacks in Tunisia. They're reaching out to Paris. They're reaching out to the United States. Look, it's very simple. We're going to fight terrorists. Yeah. We're going to. You fight them there or you fight them here.
What's with the latest officials saying that they're worried that the munitions might actually, they're projecting a shortage right now? I know we fired more than 20,000 bombs and missiles in Syria against ISIS, but are we running out?
Yeah, we are. We are. And this is where we're going to have to evidently emergency build these missiles and bombs, maybe buy them from other suppliers. The reality is we've dropped a ton over a year. You know, you can only keep so many in storage. It takes a while to get these. But here's the question. We're running out of missiles. And where is ISIS compared to where they were a year ago? They're bigger.
Sure.
According to his own assessment.
According to his own assessment.
Well, you know what? Maybe if what they could do is relax the rules of engagement the way they are right now, because the president cited last night, you know, I'm sending these bombers over there all the time. But what he didn't say is 75% of the time they're not dropping anything because all these White House lawyers have hamstrung the Air Force with so many rules where they can't drop the bomb.
That's right. And let's think about this. He says, you know, we want to mitigate civilian casualties, and we do. That's very important. Sure. But every day that ISIS exists, that we're not destroying them, we are causing, or we're allowing civilian casualties to happen because ISIS is moving moving into territory, cutting off heads, and destroying families. I've been to Iraq even just a year ago and have gone through these refugee camps. They are tearing lives apart, and we're sitting back and watching this caliphate grow, and if it grows to the bounds it used to have, it's going right into Europe.
Well, Iraq is run by the Shia-led government who's dominated by Iran because we gave in that great deal.
Congressman, thank you very much for dropping by.
Thanks, guys.
All right. It is 22 minutes.